Neat stuff, neat stuff.
Hi there, Scary Gary. Start out with, we may be falling a few weeks behind here because we are sheltering in place like the rest of the country, and I'm not going to say one thing one way or another about it, but please just be careful out there and do what you believe is the right thing to do. Today's episode is going to be Shelf It Phase 2. I have made a shelf for my pass-through storage. I actually saw a gentleman did this on YouTube, and he did his out of plywood. I did mine out of birch. He did his out of 5/8 inch. I did mine out of 1/2 inch on the plywood, but I used 1x2s for the edges. So I pretty well used his ideas, his designs, with a few things that I changed and different. Now, the one thing that made me decide to do this was I was wanting to buy a $500 unit that slides and goes from both ends to another and projects out. But Mary Lou told me, hey, don't spend so much, and hey, you know, I can build this. So we only built half of it. It's about a little over 45 inches, which is just a hair over half. I set it up to measure what I'd want to store in this first part of it. I didn't put like the L brackets on like the gentleman did. I put 1x2s going across. My weight overall was still under 50 pounds, so it's not going to add too much weight to my trailer. I did one thing, and this was probably one of the most important parts of this, was I bought little nylon strips that I put on the bottom so that the drawer would glide better. I could see, because I noticed when the gentleman was doing his YouTube video, he was pulling it and he was pushing it, and it was kind of like hanging up at the edges and things, which these nylon strips makes it glide a lot better. Especially, I painted it. Maybe I didn't let my paint dry as long as I should have and let it cure it out, and I might have been able to put some wax on it, which would have been an idea, which helped it out. But the nylon strips work very well. The only problem with the nylon strips was the ends kind of want to pull up. So I just used a little super glue on each of the ends to basically kind of tack those in place, and I hope they'll hold. Now I ended up with about close to 30 inches extra. And what I did with that is I put that on the top of the bench on the back side, because I could see it coming out, and when the weight pulls it down, it's going to tip down and it's going to start binding up on the top edge, and that allows it to slide better on the top portion of it. I did buy a couple what I commonly call cooler straps, or it could be like ATV straps, that I put on there, which ties it down so it doesn't slide out and hit the door. Around, I did put a handle on it, which makes it a little simpler to pull out and in, which wasn't what the other gentleman's used. But I think it saved me probably in the neighborhood of $350. So I feel like it's a neat stuff. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.
Turn on your post notifications.
Put the comments down below.
Subscribe and it'll make me happy.